Catch you unaware?
Yeah, I usually send requests, but some
Mm.
of the time you don't really
Okay.
pick
Well,
up.
so how are
I'm sorry.
how old are you?
34 now?
34. Are you single? Or are you
Subscribe
married?
now.
Single.
All right. What do you want to talk about tonight? Have you heard? First off, have you heard what I was talking about, or what did you want to ask a question about?
Um, I heard what you were talking about, and I totally agree.
Okay.
Because I think it's traditional for the woman to really follow and let the man lead. And by him leading, I think both parties, I mean, together it would be more successful for you too. Um,
What do you do for a living?
I'm a nurse.
Okay. Uh, how would that work in your life then? How could you? How would if you were to quit to go work for your man? How could you use what you do to help somebody?
I'd spend more time focused on the business, and building the brand, building the business, and making sure that the quality of the business, you when you focus more on the business, um,
Well,
you could.
I'm thinking about a lot of women are nurses, and and the skill set for a lot of nurses is you deal with patients. Patients would be customers, whether internal or external. I'm just trying to see where women's skill sets will lie because if you're an accountant, or there's some positions that would lean better into this than other ones. But I think a nurse. What kind of nurse are you? Are you a traveling nurse, home health care, what?
I'm very flexible with the nursing field. I've done visiting, I've done traveling, home care. I've done it all.
Okay.
Group homes,
Okay.
hospital,
Let me
everything.
let me try to bring a couple of more people. Did you have any question that you wanted to ask or anything like that? I'm gonna try to bring some more folks in to see if we can expand the conversation. Because
Um,
I'm not gonna lie, the nurse is gonna be the trickiest position because most guys don't work in medicine.
well,
That's gonna be the trickiest. Go ahead.
nursing is big when it comes to customer service. So
Yeah.
it's not really all about nursing. It's a lot about customer service too, presentation, and yeah, overall.
Okay. Let me get to the. Let me hold on. Let me get to you down here at the bottom in the black shirt. What's your first name? She's out. Uh, what's your first name? Can't hear you. Ladies, what's your name? What's your name, ma'am? In the with the
I'm
bigger rings.
oh,
I'm Lori.
Lori, and man with the black shirt. What's your name? She ain't paying attention.
I'm Jessica.
I see you, Jessica. Okay. Let's see. So, Lori, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Did you hear what I'm talking about?
I did.
What do you think about it?
Um, I think it's possible, especially for the field that I'm in, but I think that is something that's possible.
What field are you in?
I am an office manager, executive assistant.
Yeah. What industry?
Yes. Right now, I'm in media.
Oh yeah. See, you got natural crossovers in so many different ways.
Hmm.
And you don't have your name, man. What's your name? Black shirt. Yeah, your audio's not connected. Yeah, How old are you, Lori?
I'm 27.
Okay. Let me see if I can bounce her back because I don't think she's gonna get it. Her audio is jacked up. 27. What city do you live in?
Los Angeles.
Ooh, any kids?
No.
Ooh, LA is the rough part though.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you what do you want as far as a relationship?
I would like to be married.
Mm, you gotta leave LA.
I know. I know. All my best friends are gone now.
You gotta leave
I'm
LA.
the only one here.
If you're in LA, Chicago, New York City, Miami, the Bay Area, or Seattle, you gotta leave.
I moved from the Bay to LA.
You gotta leave. You gotta come to Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, Austin, Charlotte. You gotta come where the husbands are, the Midwest and the South. Yeah.
Mhm.
Let me go ahead and bring somebody back. So if this sounds like a good idea, why do you think more women um, are resistant to put their trust in a man? Because it's going to require because what it's going to require, it's a good idea, I accept it, but it's going to require you to put trust in a man up front because you don't get to be his girlfriend, his employee, and his wife. You got to be his employee and his girlfriend.
Mhm.
Well, that
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Well, how old are you?
I'm 28.
All right. Have you heard what we're talking about?
A little bit.
All right. Do you have a question about anything?
Just maybe like the baseline.
Well, what I'm talking about today is a lot of women are married to their jobs, and I asked the general question: would you be willing to give up your job to go work part time for your man?
For your man?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in general, sounds like a good concept, but I got to ask. I know a lot of women would say, "I would be willing to do it if I trusted him." What would it require for you to trust a man in order to leave your job as a nurse or an office manager to go work for your boyfriend? For your man. Let's call him your man. I don't want to say your boyfriend.
Interest, enough interest in me.
What do you mean?
There has to be enough interest in me. Like I know that you are interested enough in me, so I can put my livelihood basically at this point into your hands.
Okay. What about you, Miss Nurse?
um, the conversation, the plans. It's gonna have to make sense to me in order for me to go with the plan. It's gonna have to make sense.
All right. And man, what about you? If you were to sign up for that, what would you need to get? What would you need to have?
I kind of just lost you a little bit right there.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
okay. So, okay. Okay, Laura, you said he'd have to have interest in you.
Yes,
Okay. Interest in you in what way?
and enough to know that I would be a contingent in his plans for like life. Like I'm not gonna just somebody
Now
not
understand something. Now he has to pay you.
right.
So let's say you were making $60,000 a year. He's got to pay you $30,000. So he has to go make that money. So he ain't getting off free. And that money is under the table. Okay, it's not taxed.
Right. Oh, it's not taxed.
Well, I mean, it can be, but why?
If it's not
Sure,
taxed, I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
even
yes,
doing
yes, it is taxed. Yes, for this conversation, it's taxed. But my point is, we're not talking about somebody who has just money to throw away. We're talking about a man. In order for me, let's say if I were going to hire you as my girlfriend, right?
it. Okay.
Let's say you're my girlfriend. And I said, you're in LA, I'm here in Atlanta. This shit won't work. You got to leave the office manager job here. You gonna come work for me and be my office manager and my assistant right here, right?
Mhm.
That means I got to pay you. I got to move you and I got to pay you. Is that interest?
Yes, that's plenty of interest.
That's all I'm saying. I think I think him paying you is enough interest. And if you approach your man like you approach your job, there are no guarantees on these jobs, right?
That's true.
If you perform at your job, they promote you.
Mhm.
And they give you a raise. Same concept here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're getting somewhere. So you kind of got the baseline there, Miss. What's your name?
Dominique.
Dominique. You got the baseline there.
Yeah.
What part of the country are you in?
Massachusetts.
Oh Jesus, Massachusetts to California. So, um, did you have anything you want to add to the conversation? Because I try to keep everybody involved.
No, I mean I agree like with what you're saying. And I feel like if you like you said, you're leaving to go work for him, he's still paying you, and then you're still building together. I don't know. That's why I said originally, I said yes, I would. I guess it would depend on the man I was with, that I know it would be
You got to
secure.
think about the kind of man we're talking about is a man who has enough money to he has to go into debt to do this. and he could put money in an account, in an escrow account, and the money's in escrow. The money is going to be there. But I want you guys to ask yourself, do you all have 40-hour week plus jobs? How
Yeah.
much easier would it be to live and deal with a relationship if you only had to work four hours a day?
Way better. I'm not trying to wake up at 6 in the morning. I'm not trying to do that for the rest of my life.
So do you think you can find a way to hit the gym and do all the things that men want? Because really, you putting in 4 hours and you know your boss. You're sleeping with your boss.
Absolutely. And invest in yourself. You getting paid. You getting paid to go to the gym.
I like this idea. I want to hear some detractors, though. I want to see some people who have some. Do any of you ladies have any questions about anything that I normally talk about before I bring other people in?
No.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it, ladies. Thank you. Your Godfather is trying to help, y'all.